We finally made it back home after Alakazam vouched for our innocence. Good things came from our bad times, and we invited Absol to come back and live with us. We had a lot of catching up to do with the residents of the square. Some good, some not so good. It'll be a while before everything feels totally back to normal, but the world's gotten so out of control that not a single job we left behind could be finished by another team. We got to work straight away doing the rescues and deliveries we could in Thunderwave Cave. Thankfully, none of the gummies or apples went rotten by the time we were back to claim them. We found out while we were gone, the hunt for us was all over the news, and because the media had to move on to something else, they chose Gengar. Oddity Cave was the place that needed the most rescues next. Its atmosphere was the one I missed seeing and hearing the most. We rescued a Smoochum, saved a Houndour, and learned that even the big boys need help once in a while. Zigzagoon is still finding trouble, and we even brought Farfetch'd his dinner. Just when we thought we were done for the day, a giant wanted to join us. The rewards were plenty, and I can't wait to tell you the thing that I've been saving up to do. I can't tell you what my dream is, though. It's a surprise. It didn't seem like life could get any weirder around here, but this is what happens next. That dream, again. It's been a while. You're Gardevoir. Yes, Gardevoir. There's so much I want to ask you. Why do you appear in my dreams? As an agent of spirits, I must watch over you, because that is my role now. An agent of spirits? Yes. I fell under the curse of Ninetales in place of a trainer, and became a presence without a physical form like this. A trainer? You mean the human that was in the legend about Ninetales? It's awful that your trainer would abandon you and run away. Yes, my trainer was a terrible person. Mean and conniving. My trainer wasn't a nice person, truly. But I don't hate my trainer. You don't hate your trainer? Why not? Well, I wonder why myself. I don't quite understand. My trainer did some terrible things, but I can't bring myself to feel hatred. My trainer had some quirks, but there were good qualities too. And when it happened, I was desperate. When it happened? You mean Ninetales' curse? Yes. I protected my trainer from Ninetales' curse with my entire being. If the trainer is facing danger, it is our duty to protect the trainer with our lives. We Gardevoir are that way. I kept my trainer safe. That alone was enough to make me happy. Protect the trainer even at the risk of your own life. It's amazing what Gardevoir did. Oh, I must mention, I don't mind the form I have taken. I live on this way with pride in the role that I have been given. Role? Yes. All things have a role. They all serve a purpose. Just as I have my own role to play, you too have a role to fill. You have come here to perform a certain role. And for that role, you became a Pokémon. What? What are you saying? Earthquake! No, wait! I need to know more! There was an earthquake, wasn't there? I think I had that dream again. I think I spoke with Gardevoir. She said something important. That's it! She did say something! You have come here to perform a certain role, and for that role, you became a Pokémon. Gardevoir knows! She knows why I became a Pokémon! She also said something about a role. What did she mean by that? Normally, I don't really get that upset when there's flashbacks to something that happened maybe like 20 minutes ago, but that one was pretty bad. I don't know why we needed a flashback to something that actually happened 10 seconds ago. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Chaka Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Last time, we got situated back in town, welcome back with mostly open arms, and finally slept in our own bed again. This time, good morning, Chamomile. Huh? What's the matter? Is something wrong? Oh, right. That earthquake earlier. Chamomile, you're worried about the same thing I am. I should have guessed. Alakazam's team still hasn't come back. People say that Groudon is very powerful, so I am a little worried. But Alakazam's team is also very strong. They must be okay. Anyway, we agreed to let Alakazam handle Groudon, so we'll just have to wait for them to come back. We'll just have to keep on doing what we can do. So let's do our best with the rescue team. I'm Why Not, and this is Wow Buffett! We have a notice on the bulletin board outside the Pelipper post office. Wow Buffett! Please look at it for me. Please, please. Buffett! Please help me. I have to go now. Wah, Buffett! What was that all about? That little Pokemon. Did the boy say he was Why Not? I think he wanted us to look at the bulletin board at the Pelipper post office. Maybe Why Not and his friend have a problem on their hands. So they may have a help wanted notice on the bulletin board. Only one thing to do. Let's go check out the Pelipper post office's bulletin board. I feel just as awkward about it as you do, buddy. You're still just talking in circles in confusion. Well, now I'm walking in circles in confusion while you talk in circles in confusion. Before we can begin here today, I'm gonna say goodbye to the mock ribbon, as much as it made me feel like a big, important Delta flight attendant. I'm doing this because the Fierce Bandana is just too good. This was, in some cases, over doubling the damage of my moves, and I'd rather have that than double attacking at less than half of the damage. Good experiment, glad I tried it out once, but I think that I've proven with enough data that it is just better to increase the power of the moves. Don't forget to deposit money with old Felicity every day. Got a max ether for that one. Snubble, you look awfully distressed. That earthquake here was wicked. If it can happen here, more serious natural disasters will come to the square. That quake was something else. It caught me by surprise. I almost drowned in the pond, and I can breathe underwater. What sort of witchcraft is this? Oh, wasn't it shocking? That earthquake was terrible. What's that? Has Alakazam's team returned? I'm not sure. I haven't seen them around the square. I don't think Alakazam's team has come back. That earthquake really frightened me. I'm so scared that I spat silk all over the place. It was a mess for everyone. I hardened when the quake hit. I couldn't move an inch. I was just shaking inside my shell. Thinking about it is scary. I can't relax. My whiskas. They tell me of the coming earthquakes, and many quakes are indeed coming. I'm sure you know. But Whiscash, I want you to know, for all the things I suspect you of, I don't think it's your fault at all that people believed that I was the Pokemon from the legend. You were just sharing some happy stories, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. Over that, at least. Well, son, doesn't it feel good to look out over the sea? Yes, Papa. Papa? Papa, how do you swim in the sea? Well, son, the three of us cooperate and... Ha! 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 And that's sort of how
swim! What do you take us for?
Okay, Poppy, you're so special. On page 2 is the mission, Punish Bad Mankey. This is our first request in a location known as Uproar Forest. Believe it or not, despite being posted as just a regular job, this is a required story objective and we must accept this before anything else happens. That being said, if you want to train up a little bit more because there's some tough stuff coming up, maybe you want to accept some other jobs. I'll see what we got here at least. Rainbow Gummy, can't call that useless, but I think I'm mainly going to focus on the Uproar Forest. There was a job posted on the bulletin board that said Punish Bad Mankey. Did you two put up that job?
Yup. Wah, Buffett!
A Bad Mankey gang is going wild in our forest. Everyone's upset.
Wah, Buffett!
We don't know why they rampage around, but they are always angry and attack anyone they see.
Wah, Buffett!
Oh no, that is a problem. Chamomile, we should go.
Thank you. We're counting on you. Wah, Buffett!
The place where the Mankey gang is wreaking havoc on others, Uproar Forest, is now open for exploration. It sure has been a while since we've gotten to go out and stretch our toes in a new location. That sounds dreadful. Well, at least Willow has toes, I guess. While assembling the team, I've gone over to Darkness Ridge to take a look at Absol over here because it's time to give this new member of Team Rosethorn a name. First and foremost, it's time for the honorable mentions. A rather popular suggestion that I saw, to match the Absol that we already had named Pandora, to name this Absol Spotify. I wouldn't seriously go for that in a more story-driven experience, but I gotta say, made me laugh a heck of a lot every time I saw it. Another name that I chose to not go for because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use names of other characters within the same franchise was Aster, because there's a surprising number of parallels between the story of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and I didn't ever notice that myself. Another name I was a fan of was suggested by Zach Ridgely, and that was Eventide. It would go along with Absol being a dark type and meeting us in a dark time in our life. Plus, I just like the word a lot. Fired Bones 11 suggested Clover, as Absol is generally believed to bring misfortune, but was actually a very fortunate addition to the team for us. But the name that I chose to go with was actually one of the most popular suggestions that I saw mentioned by several people and backed up by a lot more. To go along with the theme of Willow and Chamomile, we give Absol Nightshade. The comment that convinced me of this being a good choice was no numbers on YouTube. Thank you. To celebrate a new official member of this rescue team with your new code name, Nightshade, let's have you try out your first Rainbow Gummy. +1 to HP. Aww, he looks so happy. He's so cute. Willow, you gonna get anything good out of this party? Plus HP as well. Can always use that. Ooh, Notorious Fasting. Pokemon won't take damage when their belly reaches 0. Beware that HP won't restore naturally while the belly is empty, and they will take damage if they're in a wall. You're not a ghost type, so unless I use an orb for that, I don't have to worry about that effect, but I think I'm gonna stick with XP boost a little bit longer. Eat a gummy! Special attack! Cool. Stronger blizzards? Actually cool. Departation to the Uproar Forest. First off, as we get started, I want to point out that Nightshade, not Absol, gotta get used to calling it a different name now. It's always the struggle whenever a Pokemon without a nickname gets one later, has the Power Band equipped. I decided to give them that because they'll be a fairly regular staple on the team, as I would like to train them up until they can get some super strong moves. I'm gonna use a Pecha Berry right now because I know exactly what's coming up, and let me tell you, it ain't gonna smell like fresh fruit. I'll take this. Further, Pokemon can be recruited again, so here's all the friend camps for the Uproar Forest and all the camps that you'll need to recruit all the Pokemon here. Now, I am certain that when I step down here, it's a monster house! A monster house is not a children's movie with a surprisingly good video game adaptation for the Game Boy Advance, no! It's a dangerous room in which a bunch of enemies will appear. There are a bunch of traps too, so watch your step. Going back out into the corridor is one way of dealing with them. You wanna know another way of dealing with them? Blizzard! Wow, that hit I think like 2 of them. Uh-oh, this thing's got a multi-hit move. Thank goodness that Cute Charm chimed in. So I got 2 Apom on me. I'm gonna go for Blizzard again. Nice! Hit everything in the room at the same time. No! That was so good. One more time. I like the new Nuzleaf statue you've installed in this place. Apom has developed a kinship! Hello! Welcome to the team, bud! We can always use another same type attack bonus multi-hit move. Venonat, too! I like poison types a lot more than the average person. I'll take you. Rare quality, Lonely Courage. When a Pokemon has no nearby teammates, it gets very strong. Rare qualities affect your whole team. I believe that that's an all stats up is what it gets from that though, but I'm not sure if I really like that ability very much. Chamomile, getting up to level 31, thanks to I'm very happy that I kept that EXP boost. Trying to learn Assist. How exactly does that work again? Causes you to unleash a random move from the moves known by your teammates on the floor. Not worth giving up one of my 4 slots for that when my 4 moves are so strong as it is. Giving up on that, and finally we get a chance to move again. Venonat is not kill stealing for the entire room. Sure, why not? I just gotta feel fancy about myself by getting the last kill. Oh, yeah, that's right. Traps are everywhere. If you ever want to be careful about how you're moving, hold R and tap A. You'll do the Hua, and that'll reveal if there's anything adjacent to your tiles. I'm kind of glad that we got to unveil one of those for the first time because I've actually never remembered to do that in rooms that were likely to have traps before. So, all good by me. You gonna, okay, good. Willow, you're taking that tiny apple. And if none of you could ever step on these things, that would be very good. Music continues through the rest of the floor. You aren't under my control. You're just gonna attack as you feel like it. Got, scratch, okay. Nobody behind us, we are good to go. Nothing bad really happened. We have the ability to train up our moves if we really want to, but that was inside of the monster house, so it's not really the case. This is the first dungeon in which monster houses can appear, in case you were wondering. So, nice that we get to see it on the first time. Now, there's something that I kind of have another bone to pick with this game on a story level, and I really hate saying it because I really, really do like the story. There's just a few things that I don't like, and they're right next to each other. What a waste of a good character Absol was. Like, actually. Absol doesn't really get to do anything. He just stands there in all those cutscenes that we've seen so far. He doesn't get to do much. And it's such a shame, too, because you would think in a game that is all about natural disasters, with him having that power, he would be right at home in the story and would be super important to it, but he's just not. The only time that it ever comes up is that he's the only Pokemon out of the Pokemon in that section of the world who'll join up with you, and that's because he can tell that you aren't doing it because you aren't causing these natural disasters because, you know, you can sense the aura coming off of you. That makes sense, I guess, but, wow. That was Razorwind? Well, it's too late now. I gotta go for it. Sure, I'd rather not. Kindly die a very painful death, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, going on. He doesn't do anything. He's actually just there to make Mount Freeze easier. He seems like he's gonna be super important when he joins up. I was excited when we saw him for the first time because who doesn't think Absol is cool? And it was great to see him thrust into an important story. But he doesn't really stand up for your innocence, even though he has the power to know about natural disasters, and you think that would sway people? I didn't bring that up whenever I was complaining about Alakazam not professing your innocence before everyone believed you, because I wanted to talk about this separately because it's such a missed opportunity that Absol could be the one to prove your innocence to everybody. I think that, I don't know, I'm kind of talking in circles here, but as much as I love the Pokemon that have been important to this story, And believe me, I am. A lot of you have been saying the same thing. You're just like, wow, you know, a plot about Gardevoir and Alakazam and Xatu, and you know, you have Hoenn starters on your team and everything from your decisions. It's just like every Pokemon I care about is important in the story, and it's great to see, and I'm there with you. It's great. I'm happy that we have a team of 2 Hoenn Pokemon. They're Pokemon that I don't really think I'd get an opportunity to use in other games. It's also nice getting to see Absol in a game after the physical special split where he's a lot stronger than he would be on his debut. I'm a big fan of that. A lot of really cool Pokemon, some of which you don't really see in a whole lot of stuff, get to play big roles. I just wish this one did something other than stand around after he was introduced. I think they did give him a few extra lines in some cutscenes in the DX version, which he didn't have in the original, because I remember in the original he straight up just never talked in anything. Even for a man of few words, still kind of not so good. Anyway, in Red and Blue Rescue Team, this is a quite different dungeon. Apom is a blue version exclusive, while Roselia is a red version exclusive. We're seeing them both, but just in case you prefer the old version for whatever reason, no judgment if you do. Maybe you're a speedrunner, maybe you're nostalgic, or maybe you're poor. Here's those passwords so that you can get the Pokemon in the opposite version regardless of which one you're choosing to play. The differences don't end there, but we'll get to that. Nuzleaf! Feels good to get sweet revenge on you after that, or, I mean, welcome to the team, good buddy. That's what I meant to say. Turning over a new Nuzleaf. Come along with us. Going down. We got a Pokemon sleeping on this floor. Why not? I don't even have to see you to kill you. Or maybe I do. His face will be burned into my retinas for the rest of my life. I saw the one that I was killing. He smiled at me. And then we'll go over, go down the stairs.
Huh? What is it, you? We don't like to brag or nothing, but we get furious real easy, you know that? What really irritates us is when we see some dim-witted face. Hey! Look at that stupid face! It's ticking me off! I'm seeing red! McKee! Get him! It's frenzy time!
The next boss is seriously 3 Mankeys. And you think you can take us? Eat it, Blizzard! Hwah! Huh, quite hardy for a guy with skinny arms. Quick attack. Size He threw his teammate at us! That's amazing! Something that I didn't really get a chance to do because I was just getting so high off of the blizzards is orbs. Very powerful in monster houses. The one-shot orb can defeat all enemies in a single room if you're getting overwhelmed during a monster house and are short on supplies. It's a good emergency situation. Faux seal orb can also be nice. Petrification orb will work on all enemies on the floor and not just the monster house. That's really, really good. Spread around some damage to the blizzard. I think that middle one's gonna go down any second now. Willow, if you'd be so kind. No. Double quick attack on that one. Nature power, energy. These guys are actually surrounded. They have no way out unless they push one another. Well, okay, I guess they can power their way through a little bit, but come on. Double slap, 40 damage a hit. For 2 hits, but at least it's gone. That one in the middle's taking quite a beating. Venonat? Good. Confusion didn't hurt you. In fact, you confused him in the process. Blizzard again. 62? Scratching it? Don't scratch my bug. It's got very big eyes. They're very sensitive, you see. Oh, we can take back a Mankey statue. Maybe it'll make Mankey spawn in dungeons just like the Bonsly statue did. Excellent.
Ah, you got us.
Excellent story. It just feels weird having it be over that quickly after all the drama that we've had at the end of every dungeon for the last I don't know how long. It's good to have slow points though. Apom! All right, we got some teammates that we're gonna be nicknaming horribly off screen. Like we promised, we showed the Mankey gang they shouldn't monkey around. That should teach them not to be so wild.
Everyone, thank you for everything, really. Wow, Buffett! Yes, we're filled with gratitude. This is our thanks.
Peeled chestnut is our reward. this a peeled chestnut?
Yes, it's a peeled chestnut. You see, we don't have any pea money. Wow, Buffett! So we can only give you a chestnut as our reward. Are you unhappy?
No, we're not upset. I mean, peeled chestnuts are tasty. I love them. Some pea money would have been nice, but...
Hey, you!
No, the Mankey Gang!
Wow, Buffett?
That Mankey Gang? Did they chase us here to get us back?
That's right, you! You got lucky! You don't mess with us! We're not gonna lose this time! We'll pulverize you! McKee! Crush him! Whoa! Look at that! Chestnut! It is! It's a peeled chestnut!
What? What are they doing?
They look like they're having a discussion. Wow, Buffett.
What's going on?
Listen. You got something we want. That peeled chestnut you have? Can we have it? We, love peeled chestnuts. Like, we love them so much we can't think of a life without chestnuts.
Can't you just get chestnuts by yourselves?
You know how chestnuts have that spiky shell. Trying to peel that spiky shell, it hurts. And we end up losing our tempers. That's why we're asking. Give us that peeled chestnut. We'll do anything.
Chamomile, what do you think? Should we give him our peeled chestnut to the Mankey? No!
What? You won't give it up for us? Who do you think you are? McKee, get him!
Chamomile was suddenly attacked by the Mankey Gang. However, the Mankey Gang was weak.
Ow, ow, ow. We lost. Maybe we can't do this. You have to understand, we love peeled chestnuts. Please, we'll do anything you want if you just give us your peeled chestnut.
Chamomile, what do you think? The Mankey Gang are saying we'll do anything we want. Should we give our peeled chestnut to the Monkey Gang? No! It's okay, if we go through the song and dance enough times, they'll just be reduced to dust. Problem solved. I mean, I guess anything is anything. I know. Listen, Mankey Gang, how are you with physical labor?
Physical labor? You mean muscle work? We have muscles, but we don't like work. But if it's for that peeled chestnut,
okay, this is what we'll do. You see, we want to make this rescue team base more impressive.
Rescue team base?
That's right, our rescue team base. If you would help us with the building of our rescue team base, we could give you this peeled chestnut. How does that sound?
Okay, we'll help.
Really? You'll help us?
Yeah, leave it to us. We'll carry in the materials and get the place built double quick. In return, hand over that peeled chestnut. Me too, I'll help too. I'll spit silk for gluing things together. I'll help too. Wow, Buffett! I felt bad because we only had a peeled chestnut for your reward. Wow, Buffett!
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, let's get a move on. Okay, okay.
And so, construction began on the rescue team base of Chamomile's team, Rosethorn.